Twitter has suspended a Spanish politician's account after he tweeted a man cannot get pregnant. Deputy to Spain's far-right Vox party, Francisco Jose Contreras, was locked out of his Twitter account for 12 hours for saying a man cannot get pregnant because they have no uterus or eggs. His comments were shared with an article about a transgender male who announced they were a father after giving birth to a baby girl. The politician took to Facebook to explain to his followers why his account had suddenly disappeared on the platform. In a Facebook post on May 11, he said he had received a message from Twitter which said he had violated its policies on hate speech. The hateful tweet, which I was forced to delete, was one that said, "A man cannot get pregnant. A man has no womb or eggs. You can see this is already fascist biology. Next time I'll try 2 + 2 = 4. A spokesperson for Twitter has declined to comment on the suspension.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesper Gonzo here. What's next? In this episode, we're going to cover 3 stories. You might have missed, you might have caught, but nonetheless, I put these in the category of the world of stupid. Let's take a look. Story number 1 comes out of PJ Media. Twitter suspends Spanish politician for tweeting, "A man cannot get pregnant." Yes, folks. Facts will get you canceled. Francisco Jose Contreras, a politician in Spain, was temporarily suspended from Twitter last week after declaring that, quote, "A man cannot get pregnant because he has no uterus or eggs." In response to an article he shared about a transgender male who gave birth. Yeah. Quote, "I've been blocked from Twitter for 12 hours for hate speech," Contreras announced on Facebook. Twitter claims that Contreras broke the rules banning hate speech behaviors. No threatening, harassing, fostering violence against other people on the basis of race, ethnic origin, nationality, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, age, disability, disease is permitted. You forgot 6 heads, Mars, you believe in Bigfoot, flat earthers, put that in the group as well. Quote, "We will not yield to Twitter imposing a twisted and anthropologically wrong worldview," Contreras told LifeSite News. "We will continue to speak the truth about human nature. Biological truth should not be regarded as, quote, hate speech. It's biology, not bigotry." Oh my. It's time for big tech to follow the science. Yeah, remember that? Human biology isn't something that is superseded by personal feelings. My thoughts quickly. Facts. Man gets suspended from Twitter for posting facts. Sun's hot, water's wet, male and female, facts. But that's just me and billions on this planet. But, what are you going to do? Story number 2. This comes from Breitbart. And once again, the joys of Reed. MSNBC's barely watched Reed show, "Americans have no empathy for Palestinians. Gaza is a prison." Of course, as everybody knows, you got the Israeli-Gaza conflict going down right now with Hamas. And Israel basically is making it very clear to Hamas, with us, you get what you get. Now, we're going to watch a little bit of video with lovely Joy Reid as she talks with known anti-Semite and racist one Rashid Tlaib, who is a congresswoman. Yes, a duly elected congresswoman who I vaguely remember basically saying F Trump on the day he was, not the day he was elected, on the week he was elected back in 2016. But let's take a listen.
Palestinians do humanity. And when you talk about apartheid, I can remember John Kerry, talking about the risk that Israel would fall into apartheid if things didn't change. I covered this in 2014, just anchoring the coverage when, as Richard Engel just said, 2,000 people died. I have to say, Congresswoman, I've been, following this from a distance from a really long time, and I've never felt like Americans really care that much about Palestinians. As you said, they don't hear Palestinian voices. There seems to be no empathy. I mean, Gaza is a prison. So I wonder, when you see 28 Senate Democrats sign a statement saying, that there should be a ceasefire, which seems like a step forward.
Democrats
but then when you see the White
signed
House put
a
out two
ceasefire,
statements so
yes.
far, the second of which reads much like the
story
first. The president
I spoke about
reiterated his
regarding
firm
Assaf.
support for Israel's right to defend itself against indiscriminate rocket attacks. He encouraged Israel to make every effort to ensure the protection of innocent civilians. The two leaders discussed progress in Israel's military operations against Hamas and other terrorist groups in Gaza. This is a member of your party. Do you feel any empathy coming from the White House? Have they called you to talk to you? You have family that you could give a perspective. Do you feel like they care?
They are engaging me now, finally, after 4 months of me sending letters with colleagues, talking about home demolitions, talking about the attack on Palestinians living in Israel. I mean, their January 6th is happening right now daily in their lives, in their own neighborhoods being attacked.
All right, let's stop it right there. Didn't think that would be mentioned, but then again, this is a known anti-Semite and racist. But I'm not going to go through the article. Basically, the article just regurgitates what these two have said. So, real quickly, my thoughts on this. The fact of the matter is that when you are watching from a distance regarding the engagement that Israel and Hamas is, for those who don't know, a terrorist group. They are a known terrorist group, a worldwide terrorist group that practically every country in the Middle East knows. These guys are thugs, punks, and bitches. And they don't give a damn about human life. But if Israel retaliates after being attacked, Israel's the big baddie, as I said in a prior video. But when you have someone like Omar, Congresswoman Omar from Minnesota, when you have Rashid Tlaib, when you have a clown like this one, the fact of the matter is that as much as we love to crack on Joe Dementia because, of course, it's the gift that keeps on giving, when it comes to supporting Israel, Biden, as much as probably it bothers him to do so, and as far as those 28 Democrats feel to do so, this has to be done. The United States has always supported Israel. You know how many millions of Jews in this country who backed the former president, Donald Trump, support Israel. So Biden knows that he cannot bite the hand that feeds him, because he will get roasted royally. Not that he has been getting roasted over the last 100 days of his complete debacle as duly elected and transparently, fairly elected president. But let's not go there with that. Let's wrap it up. This comes out of Blaze. Baltimore's Democratic mayor keeps mask mandates in his city. GOP governor calls out his hypocrisy, and rightly so. Quote, if he's not going to do it, he shouldn't tell other people to do it. There's your Democratic mayor. Brandon Scott announced Monday that despite last week's CDC guidance stating vaccinated individuals can ditch masks pretty much everywhere, his city will be the exception. Not a surprise. The city is keeping mandates in place indoors and on outdoor venues, but Maryland's Governor Larry Hogan, who is known for Lockdown Larry until recently, told reporters he was surprised by Scott's actions since he saw the mayor in public without a mask just last week. Do as I say, not as I do. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention declared last week that fully vaccinated Americans can return to life without masks, both outdoors and indoors, with few exceptions like medical facilities, businesses that require them, or airliners. But some Democratic politicians are not following the science, because they're following the science in accordance with CDC guidelines, opting to keep their mask mandates in place. On Monday, Mayor Scott and Baltimore City Health Commissioner Dr. Letitia Disrazia, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but it is, held a news conference to inform residents that the city's mask mandates will remain in place until you show me your papers. So Baltimore is going to do this. Scott said that the mandate would stay until 65% of adults have received at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine. The city is currently at 42%. How do you get those numbers? Quote, in order for us to get that 65% or quicker, folks need to get vaccinated, Scott reiterated before coaxing residents. So if you want the mask mandate to go away, get vaccinated or else. Just when asked by WBFF TV in Baltimore about Scott's decision, Governor Hogan shrugged and said, just doesn't make any sense to me. But, I think the mayor might have the authority to do that. The governor also said of Scott, I saw him at the Preakness at the event on Thursday night, both indoors, neither time with a mask. So if he's not going to do it, then he shouldn't tell other people to do it. My final thoughts. When you have a city like Baltimore, who is known for its wonderful venues, the downtown outdoor facilities. You have the Baltimore Ravens, the Baltimore Orioles, wonderful restaurants, places to hang out. Let's not forget the shootings, the murders, the black-on-black crime. One of the highest murder rates in the country, top 5. When every weekend is a new record. I think Baltimore went through a time where they were setting the record for murders every year, but let's not talk about facts. Let's talk about those masks because, you will wear them. You will wear them, unless you show us your papers. Unless little Germany, Baltimore City, says, we will give you the authority to do so, to take off your mask. You will wear them and kneel before Zod. So, this is a sad and pathetic state that we are living in. This is not just Baltimore City, though. This is pretty much, you look in every blue state, they are still handing down their mandates. New York, Michigan, California, the woke-tard states. But Baltimore City says, no, we're not being left out here. We're still going to continue to basically do draconian law. And this, my friends, is the world of stupid that we live in. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe it, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.